in Dover, Delaware is still under caution. The ambulance is pulled down pit road. One of the crew members for the Napa team, for Michael Waltrip, has been struck by a tire during the pit stop, and he's being attended to there on pit road. Let's show you what happened. If you don't think pit roads can be dangerous in a busy pit stop at a NASCAR race, it certainly can. Now watch what happens here. The tire rolls out from the 44 car. There's the tire right there rolling across pit road. Sorensen misses it, but watch Bobby Labonte and then the 6 car behind him, David Reagan, pull out.
The tire gets hit, it gets knocked up, it's tumbling, it's jumping, it goes right into the 55 car pit, hits one of the crew members, knocks him down, and they're all jumping around trying to scatter to miss that tire.
Now, fortunately, that's why NASCAR mandates these guys wear helmets, and it was the gas man there who had the helmet on, and it caught him at the back of the helmet. Thankfully, NASCAR mandates these kind of safety features, and he is going to be loaded up and taken on. We'll get you an update on his situation as soon as we possibly can. Things can happen in a hurry, not only on the racetrack, but on pit road, but thank goodness that we have all the safety things. You see even the officials now wear helmets if you go across the wall on pit road. Under caution for the 4th time, coming out on lap 75 due to the spin for Kyle Petty. Kurt Busch, our leader, back in just a moment. Thank you very much. Big weekend for sports here and a big weekend for NASCAR in Dover, Delaware. NASCAR Busch Series yesterday. Denny Hamlin dominating and winning his 3rd race of the year. And we are in race number 2 of the 2007 NASCAR Nextel Cup Chase to the championship. And Kurt Busch is being shown as our leader. The 11 car of Denny Hamlin has led the most laps. He's led twice for 61 laps. Dave?
Doc, just before that spin, he came on the radio in race saying that he wanted to lead to get the points. Here's what he said under caution, conversation with crew chief Mike Ford.
I need to lead lap. We're going to win this deal. Only you can answer that, but the big picture is you need to be there at the end of the day. 10-4, I'm not doing anything crazy.
Just driving hard right now, not doing anything that he feels is too over the top to try to hold people up. Right now he's got a pass to get back to the lead, but Denny Hamlin driving very hard today, knowing that leading the most laps, as well as the last one, gets you maximum points.
Well, I think that maybe Mike Ford's concerned that Denny's kind of holding up Matt Kenseth, because Kenseth is very aggressive. He wanted to lead some laps. But they're going to have to do it later right now because Kurt Busch is the leader now. In fact, Kurt Busch has moved up to the 7th in point standings right now. If the race was going to end right now, so these points are moving all around too, guys.
They got a little more to worry about right now. They've got some cars in front of them that are on 2 tires and haven't proven to be as fast as these guys, so they're going to have to slice through some traffic.
In the chase tracker for Denny Hamlin, points behind the leader. You see where he is. Remember that Jimmy Johnson a year ago didn't take the lead until the 8th race of the year, and he went on to win the championship. Kurt Busch had a disappointing 25th place finish last week at New Hampshire, trying to set sail and make amends here at Dover today.
And you can see right now, Kenseth just took off and got ahead of Hamlin, working the top of the track. And man, they are sliding all over the place out there.
I can't believe just how hard that Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin are driving these cars.
Oh, guys, look at this. I mean, they're running every lap like it's a qualifying lap right now. These 2 right here are just flat going after it. They know they got the quickest cars in the field, and they're trying to knife their way back up to the front.
They are in 5th and 6th right now. The 99 car right in front of him there. That's the 4th place car, the 25, Casey Mears. Great pit work for Mears' bunch. And in front of them is the 16. You see the 16 there. That's Greg Biffle, who took only 2 tires on that pit stop. That's why he was able to come out and gain those positions.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's for 9th spot around Kevin Harvick.
Jimmy Johnson's been kind of marred back behind Kevin Harvick. Not really to make much ground right there. And the 1 car, Martin Truex, that's a car that a lot of people have picked to win this race today. If he can get that thing handling well, get some track position.
There's Kenseth going for 4th spot.
And that's those 4 tires, guys. Got a lot of grip right there. See Denny Hamlin getting underneath Casey Mears on this one. And talking about Casey Mears, his #1 goal, he said, is to finish 13th in the points. If he can't get himself in the chase for the championship, he wants to be the best in class.
Casey Mears was the highest finishing non-chaser at New Hampshire. The top 7 finishes were all in the chase. Mears finished 8th. He was 5th overall, talking about the 25 car now. Mears in yesterday's final practice for the Cup cars. Very good. This team really coming into form here in the final 10 races.
He's looking like the best of the rest, I'll call it, because he's these chase guys have really laid it down on these guys. But Casey Mears has got a great team with Hendrick Motorsports and some teammates that are really showing him how to get it done. So he might be able to get a race win before the year's out.
Looks like Jimmy Johnson just keeps working the top side of the track. Can't get his car to go to the bottom. And if you can't get your car to handle on the bottom, you got to go where it's the fastest. It looks like the top's for him right now.
Left side of your screen, Kyle Busch moving in on his teammate, Mears. That is the battle for 5th position. Denny Hamlin currently being shown in 5th spot. Right side is the 29 car of Harvick in 11th, and Truex Jr. back in 12th.
Right now, I'm looking at our lap tracker. Carl Edwards has got the fastest car in the field right now. He's really running down the leader, Kurt Busch. Really starting to catch him big time right now. And it looks as though that Matt Kenseth also is running down Carl Edwards. So take a look at the Miller Lite Dodge of Kurt Busch up there in those 2 tires. And right now, it's in Carl Edwards' gun sights.
Looks like these 2 tires are working really good for Carl Edwards. This is one thing he needed to get himself up in the running. The only problem with taking 2 tires under caution is it's kind of risky pulling out on pit road in front of all the cars that are coming in and out, just trying to get that track position because you can't know where to go around them.
Well, one thing right now is you need to do it now to find out how good it's going to be. If it's really bad, you don't mess with it the rest of the day. If it's working a little bit, use it when you need to use it.
Battle back again, the 29 and the 1 car. Remember Truex, who won here back in the spring. Now you talk about how these cars really take a beating on this high bank concrete at Dover. You know, they go in, the shocks, the tires, everything, the suspension, this goes up and down with this car of tomorrow. The 96 car here, Tony Raines, the DLP HD TV car, has a special onboard camera that can show you a little bit about what happens with the back suspension as they go into the cut. Here's a look at the left rear suspension. Wow, watch this shock absorber in the spring.
Now this is the left rear shot and left rear spring. We're looking at it from above. You can see the rear end housing and all that. You see, this is the shot. Actually, right here is the shot. And you've got the spring right here. See how that car really takes a beating over this concrete surface. Has a lot of chattery bumps. You see how the car's going over them right there. That's why the shock absorber package is so important.
I'd say if you got to put importance on one thing, shock absorbers, the technology of shocks right now are very, very important. Could be one of the most single important things on a race car.
For more information on shocks and springs, log on to ESPN.com. Search word know-how. For more on shocks, and we'll show you exactly how all this comes together. Let's go down to our ESPN Dish Tech Center and Tim Brewer.
Hey, we're going to give you a first-hand look here, folks, at the left rear suspension components that everybody's looking at. We've got the wedge bolt spring here. That's where they insert the spring rubbers. But over here in this area, this is where the track bar location is. You have to physically loosen this up and raise and lower it in this slot area right here. Even though you see the guys with the track bar adjusting bracket, they can raise and lower it the other side. But over here, you have to manually do it yourself. And the shock absorber here, great package. It's worked really well for us forever in the Cup Series. Jerry?
Great explanation, Tim and Andy. It all has to work, or every corner you're going to be in trouble.
There's so many adjustments on the cars, and even though NASCAR's taken away a whole lot of the adjustment on their body, there's still all of these chassis adjustments are very important to these guys, and even more important now that they can't work on the bodies. Here's a change for the lead. Matt Kenseth going around Kurt Busch.
Kenseth trying to take the lead now for the 2nd time today, and indeed he has done it. He has now led a total of 14 laps. Here at Dover, Delaware, Kurt Busch led for 20 consecutive laps when he took the lead. Matt Kenseth, the 2003 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion. That was the last year before we began the chase for the Nextel Cup. He'd like to win it again here in 2007. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
There's nothing that can